Hello and Jai Hind students. I am Aryashri Solanki back again with another new and recent and more important lecturette and GD topic for your afcat, CDS and NDA. So what's with today's topic? Today's topic is about recession. It's a very hot and important topic as most of the big influential developed countries are being affected by it. So what we will learn in today's lecture? We will learn what is recession, how are the countries being affected, what are the causes of it, and what is India's position. Alright, so let's begin. So my friends, actually what is recession? You might have been, thinking about recession as it is a word which is being used a lot nowadays. So recession is directly linked with consumer expenditure and a nation's GDP. So when a consumer's expenditure, sorry for that. So when consumers' expenditure declines, it leads to downfall in the nation's business. And when this goes on consistently for a few months, it is visible as a decline or a downfall in that nation's GDP. So it is not good as per se. Of course it is not. And if this decline in the GDP goes on for a lot of time, then it even results in economic crisis for a nation. So top of the head, what are the current countries being affected from this? UK, USA, pretty huge developed countries, alright. So let's read at the current event. It is expected that the world will slip into the recession in 2023, that is this year. Let me go on to that side. Several countries are already on the brink of recession. For example, UK and USA. UK's GDP contracted and Bank of America strategies said that US could fall into a recession in the first quarter of 2023. According to its survey, it was found that 91% of CEOs of top companies expect recession in 2023, that is this year. Now, what is its actual definition? Recession can be defined as extended periods of production decline that affect a large portion of the economy. Now, my friends, if consumer expenditure reduces, that means, of course, the production will also reduce. Recessions often start when there is a significant decline in the consumer expenditure across an economy. Alright, when not managed carefully and in a timely manner, it may often be catastrophic for an economy since it may result in an economic depression. And economic depression is not good. Where do we have learned that? In class 9th, Nazism chapter, Hitler, the Great Depression, all that stock market crashed in USA, everything, you might have read it. So economic depression is not at all good for any nation. Now, what are the possible causes for this recession of 2023? First of all, the most current event that is to be caused, that is the Russia-Ukraine war. It is the topmost cause of this recession. Another is post-COVID crisis. Many countries, especially the underdeveloped countries, are still suffering because of the post-COVID crisis. People are still dying because of hunger and poverty. So let's go on and read it. The Russia-Ukraine war is going on for 10 months now, when the world is already dealing with post-COVID crisis, and it led the countries into a huge inflation. Alright. The value of the dollar is rising. Now we all know that dollar is the most, firm currency at the global market. So its value is rising, making it more expensive for other nations to trade on the international market. Climate disasters are also happening, which have caused significant losses to many countries during these hard times. So we have learned 4 possible causes, that are Russia-Ukraine war, COVID crisis, past COVID crisis, and then this climate crisis and the value of dollar that is increasing. Alright, now what is the impact on the world? Poor countries are suffering from hunger and possible famine due to rich countries diverting most of the resources like food, energy and capital to meet the needs of their own country. Of course, if the condition in even the developed countries is not good, they won't be exporting, but they will use all the resources in order to meet the requirements of their nation's people. huge number of job losses and an increase in the unemployment rate in many countries, high levels of external debt for the countries. So this is the world crisis and the world condition that we talked about. Now the most important thing is India's position. So what is the India's position? Well, according to a survey, India is not likely to suffer that much. And due to the Russia-Ukraine war, India is actually benefiting. And how? When Russia and Ukraine war happened, most of the countries cut off their crude oil supply from Russia. But Russia, as we know, is India's friend. So India and along with some other countries are taking the crude oil from Russia, because of which Russia is exporting the crude oil to us at a very low cost as compared to the previous cost. So what is India's situation? There is a mega chance that India will experience recession, but not that much. India is able to fulfill its demand for crude oil from Russia, which due to being cut off from the rest of the world is providing crude oil at a very low price to few other countries including India. Like many other countries, India's export sector may face losses because of weak global demand. So that is all for today, my friends. Thank you for joining. Be again tomorrow for another new lecture topic. Jai Hind.